how is poetry interfacing with the territory of leadership in what you're offering? Is it the study of poetry? Is it the writing of poetry? Is it not even that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great question. In my own life and practice, it's both, it's a study of poetry on the page, but that makes it sound kind of clinical. It's actually like an obsession. Like I need to feed myself the poems and kind of writing every day that tunes me to a certain capacity to perceive in a certain kind of way. And if I don't, I just find that I'm less alive and I'm, not as turned on to life and not as available. So for me, it's actually a study of poetry on the page that makes me available for when I go into the classroom to teach. I can read a group in a different way, like as if the group is a text or, like my big body or something, like a body that I'm a part of. I can read and feel with more sensitivity and attunement, and I can express to them and hear them in a more intuitive and alive, and I think just more valuable, attuned way. So in coaching people in kind of creative practice or poetic leadership, if that's interesting to them, I always recommend both sides of it, to both like go into a private place and study poetry alone in quiet. And it doesn't have to be, it can be whatever kind of poetry they love, or any piece of writing or body of writing that that they just notice they feel tickled by, or it makes them laugh, or a text that brings them alive and more into the present moment, and use that as a training ground to become more sensitive, funny, attuned to the layers of meaning in any given text. And I know that word sounds like academic, but it's sort of, that's how I bridge the two, of like the study of the text of the poetry and then the group that I'm leading as a living text. And what are these characters communicating to me through their movement and their bodies and their speech, of course. But what are the layers of meaning? Just like I would read a poem a few times and listen to the rhythms and look up the meanings of the words, and then kind of just let it wash over me in a completely intuitive way. How can I do the same thing with a group of people where I'm coming into focus and a sort of technical kind of listening, and then coming into a wide focus that's more intuitive and kind of grokking the whole communication that's happening through body language and kind of just the general overall communication of the group.